Greetings, YouTube. I don't know what I'm going to show for this video because I don't do Alliance War, and I didn't want to be repetitive and show similar comments that I showed on the forum post from yesterday because that feels lazy, and I never want to repeat the same topic in a video. That's just, again, that's a waste of your time and a waste of, well, everyone's time. But it has been painfully apparent from so many of you that have reached out and requested this video that Alliance War right now on Android phones is the worst it's ever been? Question mark. Let's just hit continue on this. Okay, so you can see my season tags updated because I never go to the screen. Damage over time, slow your roll, power downs, high ground, untouchables, unstoppable armor. Woo! So Season 31 ends in 7 days and 23 hours at the time of recording this. It'll be less hours, obviously, by the time it hits my channel. I'm sure Kabam is thankful that they will have made it through a season. But in terms of this season, there have been so many horror stories. From enlistment issues to, of course, the usual amount of bugs. But today took the cake. So many of you told me that you normally go itemless in Alliance War. And yet, because of the combination of lag and dropped inputs, a lot of parry issues with the champion dashing forward and hitting into your block kind of like an intercept. But the game doesn't register that you tap the screen, so you just get wrecked. It's like it's unblockable in a way, but it's not unblockable, and you're tapping the screen to parry. Anyhow, I had people who normally go itemless who ended up telling me that they had to use all of their items in their overflow just to make it through. And this wasn't even through the whole map. This was just through their path or whatever they do. So, look, I am saying this with the disclaimer. This is not going to benefit me at all. I don't do Alliance War. I don't deserve compensation. I am speaking on the behalf of those that do. That's what my channel is all about. If you have summoners, because of a new patch, especially on a day where you have an active war, the attack phase, as they like to call it, that costs so many summoners, many of which, especially on these Galaxy S, like, was it 21 plus? Is that thing? Because that was the device. I asked people to put their device down as far as what they're using. I saw a lot of that. People who've never had issues. They've heard about the dex and the lag and the dropped inputs and the parry issues, and somehow they've just never noticed them. They've been immune to all of that. Thank God they got the compensation for it, though. They'll take that. And yet today, it was like their day of reckoning. And it's cost alliances wars. It's cost people items. There needs to be compensation for this. Now, the tricky thing about this kind of compensation call is that obviously it's pretty difficult, although maybe it's not impossible, to give compensation for a specific phone. Now, I don't know how difficult that actually would be because obviously we get Android or Apple exclusive compensation. But you know what? The other thing I'm thinking of is that I've known people who've said, Prof, you just have to log into an Android device or an Apple device to get it. So if they did just Android compensation, that would encourage iPhone users to log into an Android phone to get the compensation. That seems like that wouldn't be an issue that Kabam wants. So I digress from that point. Regardless, compensation needs to be the case. And maybe that's just giving out more war rewards than usual. Again, I'm not asking for these. I didn't do war. I didn't do the work. I don't deserve this. But not just potions and revives, but give out some crystal shards. I'm not going to go all the way to the 6-star Nexus pitchfork crowd that anytime the game crashes, if you don't know, they always just say, 6-star Nexus! 6-star Nexus! Where's my 6-star Nexus? And the irony is, like, the latest compensation had a 6-star Nexus, so it sort of felt like all of those calls for 6-star Nexus were sort of validated. I don't know. It was very strange. But I'm not saying that necessarily. If you give it, great. I'm not going to complain for those summoners. But Alliance War is one of the main reasons why so many people play. I don't identify with that. In some ways, I don't get it because I had so much anxiety when I would do Alliance War. Like literally, I would almost start shaking, and then I would often choke. But regardless, and that was before all these input problems. That was just me sucking. Another way to put it. But yeah, now that this is how the season's going to end in the last 8 days and change, like, come on, Kabam. Give out some compensation. Make it worth the while of the players whose fault it is not their own that they downloaded the new patch. And for anybody who has the audacity to say, well, they should have known not to download it, that's a dumb argument. That's a heartless argument. Kabam put out an update in a app store. Summoners should be able to trust that it works. Yeah, there are always going to be bugs. I'm not saying that. That's part of the content rollout. We'll see more of that, I'm sure, when the new content comes out on Wednesday. But you've got to do right by your player base. There's got to be compensation. So, again, I'm not calling for free compensation for myself, but for the people affected, many of you watching this. That's what this video is all about. So, Kabam, please do right by these players. It's been a while since I've called for compensation for something, but this is a no-brainer. So when people affected, it's not their fault. Don't make them ruin their entire overflow or inventory in general of potions and revives or have to spend units because of your patch not working as intended.